Hello, everybody.
Boops! Haven't done that in a while. It's a classic.
It's a classic. Shit, man. I think we missed our last anniversary.
I know.
We're not big enough to care anyway.
We're not big enough to have an anniversary.
We're not big enough to care.
2 million subscribers
All right,
later.
Today,
I'm hoping for the best.
dude, YouTube today is fucked. Anyway,
yeah.
But we don't care. We're still doing this anyway. Today we will be bringing you our review / not really review. It's more of a discussion because have you watched the full gameplay?
I didn't watch the full gameplay.
Well, how much did you watch?
It was like a 47-minute thing.
Well, how much of that did you watch?
About 30 minutes.
That's fine. That should be more than enough to form an opinion. So we will be talking about Cyberpunk 2077. I've been hyped for this game.
Seth has definitely been the one hyped for this game.
No, because I saw the art that they came out with after Witcher, and Cyberpunk. I think, don't quote me on this, but I think it was a book, and it was really well read book by like the CD Projekt Red team or something, or like an author worked for them to write it, whatever, and
like the Witcher books, right?
Yeah, well, kind of like the Witcher books, and it was like. And I was like, damn, this is really cool.
I didn't know gaming companies have people write books for them.
Sometimes. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. I think Bethesda hired out people to write some of their comics and stuff.
Okay.
So, because they had comics about certain things in Fallout.
That's cool.
Not a whole lot. I think they only had like 7 or 8 of them.
That's
not a whole
cool.
lot. But anyway, so Cyberpunk 2077 is another CD Projekt Red open world RPG. It's not Witcher.
It's not Witcher.
But you might see Ciri in there. Maybe. It's because Ciri drops hints about this futuristic world in Witcher 3.
Me and you both know how it's gonna go. It's gonna be a lot more like a
She has a tent.
Dude, it's gonna be one of those things where they mention this white-haired girl.
Maybe it'll be. You'll never see her, but you'll hear her in passing.
It's gonna be a name drop. It's gonna be like a nice little.
It's gonna be in passing. It's not going to be like anything critical or major. But anyway, I thought the gameplay was fucking fantastic.
It looked amazing.
I was breathtaking. But I do see. I think I have worries though. Now the game might be bad. I think they're digging themselves in a hole that they might not be able to jump out of.
What you talking about? Well, I don't think that load screen thing they're going to be able to pull off.
Maybe not entirely. Maybe they might get most of it. I think they're going to be able to
pull off a lot of it.
But not all.
Not all of it. Like, I feel like...
But that's fine.
It's going to be something along the lines of there's no load screens when you're in a certain area. But then when you leave that area,
you have to load in another area. But in that other area, there's no load screens either, which I would accept that.
Yeah.
But the other thing, I mean, like the way that they're presenting this game, it's almost like they're overselling it a little bit. Because there's a lot of people online I've noticed that are hyped about it, like me, but they're like, it feels
you
like
think it's going to end up like Fallout 4?
No, not with the hype. Not with the hype. I think in terms of features. It's going to be like they're digging themselves in this grave that they won't be able to get out of.
I will say...
Or they might not be able to get all the way out of.
I will say, watching this, like, this is going to be maybe controversial right here, because after this, we're going to do a review of Red Dead Redemption 2, some of the gameplay stuff. I have a little bit more faith in Red Dead Redemption 2
than this one,
because Rockstar have already kind of perfected this formula to do this.
And that they've never had I can't remember.
Yeah,
well, it's not just their games in general.
Yeah, but like after Grand Theft Auto 5, which I think if I recall, Grand Theft Auto 5 had a kind of rough start online, but the actual game, like regular
the story
game
was
fantastic. So after that, and they're essentially just taking that same thing and doing it here, I feel happy. But this, I'm not totally sure about.
Yeah.
It looks phenomenal. The graphics look great.
Oh, fuck yeah, they do.
The world is beautiful. I mean, me and you were talking about this in the car. It kind of reminds me of something almost like out of an anime, like a Cowboy Bebop and Ghost in the Shell, like kind of a world.
Or I consider it more Cowboy Bebop and Judge Dredd. The way that the reason why I say Judge Dredd mainly is because the way the city's built.
Well, I see more Ghost in the Shell in it. The way the lights are,
that's true.
And the way the neon.
It's not as doom and gloom as Dredd.
Yeah,
granted.
The only thing the movie got right was the city. But anywho,
we're talking.
I know
that. Now we're not talking that Judge Dredd. We're talking about the good Dredd. But anyway, so all right, so let's just start off. The gameplay, I think they said that the gameplay starts off, like the gameplay they showed was early in the game. It wasn't like you hadn't gotten very far yet.
Uh-huh.
But the one thing I've noticed...
So there must... and they said subject to change.
Yeah, it's subject to change, but...
Usually when they do that, I've noticed anyways in my years of like watching those videos, they only change a little bit.
Yeah, they don't
change
a
too
whole
much of what you saw. Most of that is
probably going to still stay there.
That's why I didn't watch the whole thing, because I was like, I feel like a lot of this is
still going to stay.
Yeah, they might tweak it a bit here and there. And
and there's always the graphics controversy of a graphics downgrade. That happens with every game they show off nowadays. But I don't know. I think they're going to be their graphical engine looks pretty genuine.
Yeah,
unlike Watch Dogs. Remember that fiasco with like Watch Dogs? Like, oh, look at this beautiful game, and it came out. I was like, this looks nothing like you showed. This one looks pretty genuine. There wasn't like so overhyped graphics. They were beautiful, but they were like, I could see that running on. They were
selling the world more than the graphical engine. Like,
they were selling the characters in the world.
He was selling the world more,
and that was so cool. Like, I mean, like this world's gonna be brutally honest, which I love. It's gonna be like, you see like. Scavengers. First, like 5-10 minutes of the gameplay, they show these scavengers and they harvest people for implants. I'm like, that would be something that would be a thing in that kind of world where like implants would be almost like drugs. They'd be like making these implants, selling them, or taking them from other people.
Yeah.
And then you see this naked girl in there. And it's like, full tits and everything. It's like, this game does not hide anything. This game is not going to be like tiptoe around things.
Yeah, they treat bodies kind of funny in this game too. Like the way like some of the
implants feel like a lot like two things. Either like they feel like legit implants, like knee replacements and hip replacements, but they also feel like tattoos. Remember that one thing you were getting? Like there was a scene where you went to this doctor. This implant doctor, and she's getting this thing on her hand, and it looked like a tattoo almost. I was like, that was really interesting to see how implants are done. I can't wait to see how hacking is done. I hope they go full fledged with hacking.
Yeah, I hope they do too, because a lot of games like to simplify the hacking down to.
Yeah, they said that the hacking system is done by squad, so I would love it where like you get high enough level where you can like convince a squad mate to kill all of his others, and then proceed down the hall. So that'd be cool.
The most advanced hacking system I played in a game. Well, me personally, I'm sure you played. Is the one in Arkham.
Really? You think so?
Well, because before that, like you had to like match up all these different things. But before that, all the other hacking games, it was just like put the button and hit bloop 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 bloop.
It's still, I don't know. The Arkham system's still pretty simple. This one looks to be more.
I don't know if they're gonna ever make it too complex for you.
I don't think they will either.
I don't think they'll ever do that.
This one, though, looks like it's going to be more in depth.
Hacking has always kind of been like picking locks in video games.
Just move your thumbs until you match it. But maybe this will be a little bit different where it'll provide you a little bit of challenge, which would be nice. It'll be a nice change of pace from like super easy hacks. Moving your thumbs around.
I wouldn't mind it, as long as, I've always thought just picking up the speed of how fast you have to do what you're doing is difficult enough for me, because, certain games, that's what they do. It's it's a simple task, pick up the pace a bit, and make you have to do it faster.
Yeah, alright, now let's get into the next thing. We already talked about the graphics in the world. Well, we'll talk about the world in depth later, because I think the world's going to be, the biggest, it might be, I personally think the world's going to be the biggest blunder more than anything. Potentially, not saying it will. But now let's get into the guns. The guns look...
cool. Yeah, they look really cool.
It's just, I love the guns. I love the guns they showed looked fantastic. And it was you get modifications where the ricochet feature where you can hit behind a wall and bounce off an enemy. There's so many strategies you could use with these guns. They have the sliding motion like they did in Crysis 2. They had the drugs, like the inhalers. I thought that's pretty realistic too. Most of the time it's just some bullshit like stimulant you just find on the ground and you use it. No, this one's no, these are legit drugs. These are, you gotta inhale them. And I'm like, so I hope they do something like this. I hope they do where it might have a negative effect if you use too many of them.
Isn't there a game that does that?
I don't. Maybe there is, but I haven't seen it. I would love to see where you take too many of those stimulants during one particular mission, it'll fuck you up. It'll be I don't know how, but it would screw you up. Maybe you can't. Maybe your vision blurs sometimes. You're like, shit, I can't get a good shot. My vision's too blurry. Or maybe my health will tiny bit degrade over time. So if I take too much damage, I'm dead. Basically, consequences for choices.
I'm sure they're gonna do that. It's gonna be kind of like how Fallout's what was that mode on Fallout that just was
addiction.
Was just not addiction. I'm sure they're gonna make that a part of I'm talking about.
You get addicted to drugs or anything.
No, I'm talking about the Fallout mode where you go to that you have to unlock in New Vegas. That's the hardest mode. Hardcore mode. Yeah. Where it's I feel like that would be a feature that they put in their version of a hardcore mode. I don't have one. I don't think they I think they're gonna have layers for it because this is the kind of game. They put so much money into this game. It's obvious the way it looks. I feel like they're gonna want to sell it to everyone, and they're gonna want to make it layered to where there's a mode for hardcore gamers, and that there's a mode for people who just want to play this to play. So I feel like that stuff that you're talking about is probably going to be in the hardcore mode department.
Might be. I mean, like I said, but what else? We didn't really get a whole lot of characters, but we
saw the chick.
We saw the chick and the Mexican dude. I thought he was pretty cool.
He was pretty cool.
But the one thing I've noticed about these characters is that they feel very handcrafted. I feel like someone took time to make these characters. Like Dexter Deshawn was a really interesting guy because I was like, so wait, this guy's like he's kind of like a kingpin, but he's not a kingpin.
Kind of, right?
It's weird, but the way he talked and the way he was like, it's like, this isn't your typical gangbanger. This guy's got some deep connections. He's got that
suave. He's been at it for a while.
You can tell he's been, and then say he's old. It's like he's been at it he's probably been at that for a long time. And there's that corporate bitch. They keep calling her. Hey, that's what they call her. They call her the corporate bitch. That's just what they call her. That's her name, the corporate bitch.
Hey,
and she's angry. She
acts like it. So I mean,
and it's just like I'm like, man, I hope they do that with with all the important people in the game. Maybe not NPCs. I wouldn't say do that for every single NPC. That'd be terrible. That'd be too much.
Be like, wow, everyone's alive.
Well, they said it's a living, breathing. They said their day and night cycles will reflect how their crowds react. Which the only game I've noticed that does something like that is GTA.
I'm about to say, Grand Theft Auto's the first time I ever saw that.
I've seen something like that because, it's so minuscule, but if you notice in GTA, when nighttime hits, not a lot of people walking around at night.
Nope.
It's just like, that's about it.
And when it's raining, you see people with umbrellas.
Yeah, you see people with umbrellas and stuff like that. So it's just like, that's one of the few times I've seen a world that dynamic. I mean, maybe Watch Dogs had it, but I never really noticed it. It didn't seem like it to me.
To be fair, there's a glitch in GTA that, like, you know how you can hack it and, put in the weather and, fuck with the weather?
Yeah.
If you change the weather from bright and sunny to rainy, people are just randomly pull an umbrella out of,
thin air.
Thin air, just... like, what the hell?
Yeah, I know.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah, so anyway, but it seems like they're doing to me is that, they're gonna have their days are not gonna look anything like their nights, and their nights are not gonna look anything like their days, and that's gonna be so cool because they kept saying the word immersion a lot. Mm-hmm. One word I've noticed they use
that a lot
is immersion, and I'm like, man, I hope that here's the thing. At this point, I hope they use quality over quantity.
I hope so.
Because if you're going to do immersion that deep, you're going to have less in it, but you're going to have more quality.
I trust them to give me a lot to do because
it's open world.
In Witcher, which is the last thing I saw these dudes do, there's a lot to do. You can play Witcher for days,
hours,
man, for days. And, just keep going.
I hope they have that in here, too. I really, really do. Like I said, my real worries are two things. The quests and the world. Because I feel like they might... I don't know. This is speculation. They might be digging a hole they might not be able to come out of.
I feel like they found a way around the fetch quest, though. By making you a bounty hunter. It looks like you're kind of a bounty hunter-ish kind of character. So if they make you that, then it kind of gives you a reason to fetch. Because sometimes, that was one of my hugest complaints about Fallout 4. I'm like, if I'm this big badass leader, why am I fetching everything?
Or if I'm fetching, why can't I fetch important shit?
Yeah, it's like...
shit that matters.
Yeah, but in this, it feels like they give you a good, legitimate reason...
to fetch. I mean, you saved a girl from, being... salvaged like a robot. I'm like, yeah, that's a pretty good motivator, and money too.
Yeah. So it's
by the way, when did paramedics start carrying guns?
In this world, I'm not surprised.
That was pretty weird. It's like, oh, paramedics, yeah, you're carrying this naked girl. Two guys come out with assault rifles. I'm like, fuck. Okay. That was pretty funny.
But my big worry, which... Oh, no, you can go ahead and give your worries.
No, and also the other thing, too, is the world, and this kind of ties into the loading screen thing a little bit, is that I think that they might... I think they're overselling the world. I don't think... Maybe I'm wrong. I pray to God I'm wrong.
I think it's going to be good enough.
I think so, too.
I don't think it...
I think that Night City is going to be very interesting.
Honestly, I think I'm going to end up feeling the same way about this game by the end that I felt about Fallout 4, which is... It wasn't as great as I thought it was going to be. Maybe not. But it's still a good game. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'm still enjoying this game, but it wasn't as great as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
And maybe I'll end up loving it. Maybe it'll be fucking God of War. Like, the hell?
Pretty much. Like I said, the world... I just hope that they deliver on their... on the immersion and the world. Because like I said, they might be digging themselves into a hole they might not be able to dig themselves out. So... But that's just not my worry. I hope they don't do it. I mean, it's CD Projekt Red. They've had nothing But granted, they didn't have a lot of games. They've had every game they've had. Every Witcher, in my opinion, is good. It's just they're hard as shit.
3 was amazing. It's the
3 was amazing.
One of the best games ever played.
So, and I don't think they made anything else.
They really don't make a lot. I mean, that's good. They spend their time, take their time. They're kind of like Rockstar.
They're kind of like Rockstar, but that means they know this craft. And that the first person thing might be a little new to them.
Yeah,
but from the way
I
wasn't
expecting it to be first person.
I know, but there are. You feel like there are going to be times where it's going to be third. But the third person is going to be for cinematic shit. It's not going to be for like. But even so though, I feel like first person, in my opinion, is more immersion because like you're just here.
Yeah.
You know, you're here between the eyes and between the face.
Yeah, I figured it'd be... Well, Fallout gives you the option. You know, like, you can go to first. And
you can go to first. But this one's going to feel like, no, this is going to be first in the terms like you can get up close to someone's face and you can see features. In Fallout 4, you're in first, but you get up to someone's face. They still look the same as they did in third. That's granted, like, still, I like choosing between the two. Granted, I like the choice. But when you just, but this one looks like if you get up in a person's face, you can see features. And I'm like, that's cool in a first person game.
I will say, like, this isn't a complaint, it's just a hope. Like, I hope this game can break the mold of, I mean, I talked about this in the card too, about choosing about giving you a reason to play as a female or a male.
Yeah.
Like, give you an actual reason because a lot of games, you can pick and choose between a woman or a male, but the dialogue will,
it never changes.
And everything is all the same. They talk all the same.
Yeah, and that's not really realistic.
And I'm just like, come on. If you pick a man, the conversation is going to go a lot different. Like, if you picked a man character, if you're having a conversation with this, I don't know, deadly woman, that conversation is going to like become maybe more flirtatious. But you pick a woman
or a rival,
like it'd be different. You know, the things would go differently.
But well, I've also noticed too in the game they didn't really have that with the corporate woman. But at the same time, they made the two characters different enough to be like, okay, that's the corporate bitch, and she's your character. But there was no of that in there.
Well, I can't tell.
I can't say yet.
Because I haven't seen them use the male character, so maybe the dialogues are the same, maybe it's not. I just hope it is different because...
it'll give you another reason to play through it twice.
Like we said, FemShep. That's one of the great things about that game. You can go back, you go through that entire game
and get different
with FemShep and get different dialogue.
Yeah, and get different points of view, which I thought was interesting because I mean, like, well, take Rex for example. I mean, Rex doesn't look down on women, but he sees women a little bit differently, and you as FemShep can joke about that. And it's funny, as a male you couldn't do that, but as a female you can, and that's why playing through it multiple times, not just because all the different outcomes, but also the different dialogues is interesting too.
And I just hope they can do that with this, because that's one of my biggest pet peeves of a lot of video games is that dialogue wheel does not change when you change the sex.
Yeah,
I think it should.
But if that doesn't go through, I'm going to be disappointed. But
it's not a deal breaker for me.
It's not a deal breaker either.
I said it's a hope. I hope they do it.
Yeah, like I just hope that they can deliver on what they promise. I'm really not asking them to go above and beyond. I'm just saying, like, look, if you're gonna promise a game like this, deliver it. And if you can't, you got to come out and say, look, we're sorry. We just couldn't. We were too ambitious. And that's what I'm like, you know what? That's genuine. Not everyone's perfect. Not everyone can deliver on things. So hopefully CD Projekt Red.
I hope it's
But
great.
it's CD Projekt Red. So my hope is high, but my expectations are high too. So if it doesn't turn out to be the game everyone thought it would or I thought it would, I'm going to be like, oh.
Like, it's weird, I mean, honestly, I think that's why God of War caught so many people off guard last year, because no one had high expectations for that game.
Well, no, because the 3 games were so cut and dry. They were just...
I mean, they were fun.
No, they were fun.
Fun as hell.
But they were really just
and then that game comes out, and it's like, fucking...
The fuck? Yeah.
It's like, what the hell? And so, like, but these guys, they don't have that for them. Like, the
They don't
last
have that.
thing you saw
was a 10 out of 10 game.
was a 10 game. So
Yeah.
it's like, man...
If you can't deliver on that 10...
Man, if this ends up being bad, so many people are going to be like, why the fuck didn't you just do Witcher then?
Yeah,
like,
I know,
if this is bad...
I hope they do. I don't know. Like I said, from what I saw from the reviews before this thing came out, before this gameplay came out, they seem really happy about presenting. They're like, look, this is what we really want to do. These, like I said, I just hope that their ambition doesn't turn into their downfall.
I think it's going to be a good game.
I think so, too. It's
at least
gonna
be a good game.
and like, even if it's not a 10 out of 10, if it was like a 9.5, I'm like, you know what? It's 9.5.
If it's an 8, I still wouldn't mind it. I
wouldn't mind it.
Yeah, I still wouldn't mind it.
Because it's not fair to put that standard of Witcher on Cyberpunk because they're supposed to be two different things.
Yeah.
And it's not fair to be like, well, I mean, like, I hate how some people say I'm going to use Witcher 3 as a launching point for all other like RPGs. I'm like, whoa. No,
that's
like,
a rough. That's a
here's the
rough
problem with
bar.
that. Here's the problem with that mindset is that, like, you can do that with Witcher-like games, like fantasy, medieval games. That's fair. But this is a completely different experience. This is guns, cyberpunk, first person. Like I said, the only thing you can pair Witcher in this game like would be is the RPG aspect of it. Mm-hmm. That's the only thing. The role playing. That's about it. I mean, like, you can compare the two. That's about it. Everything else, you can't compare the two. Mm-hmm. But anyway,
I really ain't got nothing else to say. I think this game's gonna come out. Like, I don't know if they actually had an official date. I know
because I couldn't even pre-order.
The rumor was next year.
So we got some time to wait
from now.
But they've been making this game for the past, like, I think 3 to 4 years.
Yeah.
So they got another year.
That's about the appropriate time.
So it's like, that's probably more than enough time. And if they delay it, I hope, then that's probably a good sign because they got more to work on it. So
I mean, yeah.
So every time Rockstar delays a game, which they always do.
Speaking of delays, when we get to, Rockstar, delays. So maybe
it comes out, I know that Red Dead comes out this year.
It does. It comes out. It doesn't come out that far from now.
Maybe a few months.
Yeah, like a few.
I think.
Did you pre-order it?
No, I'm not gonna pre-order it yet. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. But I
think that game's gonna be good, man.
I think that game's gonna be good. All right, guys. So anyway, that's our 2 cents on Cyberpunk 2077. We're both excited for it. We both have high hopes. We both have high expectations.
I was looking at this game and I was like, dude, if I buy this and Red Dead, I think I'm gonna disappear.
Well, no, tell them what you thought of the game before you saw any of this, because I remember.
Well, no, because like Seth was bringing this like Cyberpunk bullshit up, and I was like, Cyberpunk 2077? That just sounds stupid. What the hell? I'm gonna go see it and play my Witcher. Fuck you. I was like, why aren't they making a Witcher fucking 4?
And this is the guy who loves
Cyberpunk bullshit.
And this is the guy who loves CD Projekt Red.
And I was like, why are they making this Cyberpunk bullshit? Then I saw that gameplay. Then I saw that trailer, and I was just like.
Eat your words.
I was like, damn,
words there.
I gotta admit, this looks fucking good.
Yeah. So anyway, that was his opinion before he saw this, so that's pretty substantial in and of itself. So anyway, guys, what did you think of the Cyberpunk 2077 gameplay trailer? It's 40 minutes long. You could probably find the comment. Mm-hmm. Probably gonna put in the description the link, so if you want to watch it for yourself, form your own opinion. And thank you for joining us on
Com Game Movie Show.
And please remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more of us in the future. And we shall see you
on the next one.
Goodbye.
Bye.